right, thank you for joining us, Bankulli, on the program Say It Out Loud right here on Splash 105.5 FM.
Hi, how are you? Thanks for inviting me.
All right, sir. So can you tell us, what are some of the experiences from your childhood that really shaped you into the man that you are now?
Wow, that's a very good question. Some of those memories are memories of me being given opportunity to sing when I was in church. From Sunday school choir, and being encouraged, to sing in the choir, being encouraged to learn how to play all musical instruments, guitar, bass guitar, keyboard, generally associate with other kids, in the church, most especially. And for what I am today, that has, helped build my foundation from way back to now that, yes, I'm a music merchant,
Yeah.
I do music business and all that comes with it. I believe that childhood teaching that I got from back in the days has helped shaping my mind to what I am today.
Yeah. So yes, you talked about church. Are your parents pastors?
The most interesting part of it was that my dad was at one time the choir master of the church. So all my brothers were enlisted into the choir.
Wow.
I was basically the last person that joined the choir anyway.
Wow.
But at home, I've been singing. They know I can sing. They know I have that, I'm being drawn to anything music, I believe my dad being the choir master at that time, helped facilitated me, also pushed me towards that end because we have no choice anyway.
Yeah.
When he's going for choir rehearsals, we have to all go out with it.
Yeah. Did you start playing instruments when you were a child?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I started with learning how to play drums. Because at that time when we were growing up, when you look at the church choir, the most first visible instrument you see is always the drum set.
Yeah.
And when you see, someone that is equally not too, young as well, playing the drums and the whole church, it draws attention. So as a young kid, that was the first thing that I first learned. Then I gravitated towards lead guitar, then bass guitar, then keyboard, and of course, I sing for the young choir, then gravitated to singing for the big choir, then of course, and I got admission to University of Ibadan, and I can remember very well when I was given admission, my dad was like, okay, the only way you can do music is you have to be a graduate. Of course,
really?
In his mind, I'm sure he was planning that this is an opportunity to distract this boy from this music. He didn't know he was actually giving me like a good sanction. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a good sanction to go and do what I love to do, and getting into University of Ibadan, being able to participate and play in some of those fellowship in UI, BLW, different Foursquare, even Celestial Church and Pure and Seraphim. There was an opportunity for me to test all what I've learned from Lagos growing up, and of course playing for band, within Ibadan City, going for shows and stuff like that. I think I enjoyed my stay in the
Wow, so good to know you've actually grown up in Ibadan.
I grew up in Ibadan. Well, I won't say I grew up in Ibadan, but I was in UI for the duration of my course. I studied zoology, University of Ibadan, and of course we had opportunity to go around Ibadan to Okemapo, to go and eat amala there, go to Mokola, the fruit market there.
Wow.
Ele market to go and buy some fish.
I'm so happy. I'm trying to. I'm bringing these memories back.
Of course, I can't forget Ibadan. Ibadan is part of my story. Like I always say, Ibadan has its own vibe. A lot of people do not know that. A lot of people say, Ibadan. No. For me, Ibadan have its own genuine spirit. People are calm. Yes, they might say Ibadan is not aggressive and whatever, but for me, Ibadan have that. If you're a billionaire, Ibadan should be the best place to live.
Yeah, I'm so excited you're talking about Ibadan this way. And have you had any projects in Ibadan? Or do you plan having some projects in Ibadan?
I would love to. Trust me. For me, I would love to because, of course, we'll need sponsors.
Yeah.
Like part of what I've planned in my, doing is, in as much as I'm quite busy with what I do, I'll find a way to try and give back. I'm talking to young people that want to engage with music business and what music is about. But of course, we need from, brands, government, to be able to support all those young individuals. There's a lot of people, there's so many aspects of the entertainment business that, that people can be empowered with. They talk about empowerment program, and I see government only do that for artisans. When are you going to start thinking about doing that for the youth, If you're I'm talking of a lot of smart youth that are talented, creative, fine art, music, there's so many creative industry, comedians, there's so many aspects of entertainment that one can train people, and they can, independently on their own, employ themselves and pay their tax and give back to the society. So I believe, government should look for how to invest in that.
Yes.
I plan to do that, if there is power to do that, I will definitely do that. But I plan to do that all over the world. Starting with Nigeria, I'll be doing it on my Instagram page as well.
Yeah, fantastic.
Once in a while to just see how we can pass information to people.
Yeah.
But this is a tough period, the pandemic season. People's mind are, so many thoughts, so we find a way to just articulate this with people.
You've worked with artists and producers in the US, UK, and in Nigeria. But how did it feel working with someone as highly acclaimed as Beyonce?
Well, like I always tell anybody I come across, is my motto: please be the best of the best of the best of the best in anything you do. Meaning your roots, your foundation, must be very solid. Like I told you, I started singing at age 4, being able to have access to learning what the rudiment of music is an added advantage. Imagine me being in the room with Jay-Z, Kanye, and the rest of them that you just mentioned, and I don't really know what music is all about. I'm guessing. A lot of people that do music out here in Nigeria, not everybody are skilled both theoretically and practically. People stumble on it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if you find yourself in a difficult or in a controlled environment where everything that has to do with all sensory neurons to know what music is about, you might wither away, or you might fail. I believe the foundation was solid. So getting into the room with such people you mentioned was not scary for me. It was just more like the same kind of encounter I have with any instrumentally that is very good. You understand what I'm saying? So for me, I believe, my background, my foundation was solid in what I'm doing, and I'm confident. It's not the first time I'm meeting such people. So coming with my A game was very, very important. Less excitement, more concentration on the work, and the sky is not the limit.
Wow. Which artist did you look up to growing up, and did you ever get a chance to work with the artists?
Well, I have one major one that I look up to when I was growing up. His name is Ebenezer Obey. I've met him once, and the reason is that Ebenezer Obey, apart from him being a very talented musician, he's a guitarist as well. He's a sound musicologist, and when he sings, if you're someone that is very sensitive, you can hear all his happiness and beautiful emotions in the way he sings. Listen to all the songs Ebenezer Obey have sang, you will never hear any derogatory words. He doesn't bring out women. He says a lot of positive stuff that's shaping people's mind. Even when you're even praying or dancing to his music, you always find something to talk to him about. He's one of those musicians that I look up to. I listen to a lot of musicians: Fela Kuti, Sonny Ade, Barista, Orlando Julius, so many of them like that. Victor Olaiya, even all the new artists, Rema, Dolapo the Vibe, so many people like that. It doesn't matter. Even all those roadside percussionists that plays at wedding, I listen to them as well. I have an open mind because of my background. I told you.
Yes.
I started from church. When you're from church, you've gone through that pipeline of discipline of how to take in music and refine it and stuff like that.
Yeah. So talking about music, the one Beyonce featured you.
The Gift album.
Yes.
Yeah. The Lion King project.
Yes. Can you tell us more about it?
Like I always say, I was in I was in California, LA, for something totally different. And I remember very well, I visited a friend who was at a nearby hotel. She was there with an artist as well for the same project. I was not invited for that project. I was in LA for something totally different. And when it was time to leave my friend that we went to visit, I went with one of my other friends. And we dropped her off in front of their studio. She went in. We were on our way to go and try and get amala. There's one woman in LA that sells amala. Only for me to get a call from this friend that we dropped at the studio. Her name is Vanessa Amadi. She called back, Bankulli, where are you? I said, we're on our way. He said, please, can you turn back? I'm like, turn back. Me, I was even thinking maybe she forgot something at the back seat. I said, you didn't forget anything. She said, please, just turn back. So we turned back. I got there, went inside, and I was, there was like about 5 people there, including Beyonce's manager at that time, Teresa. And they asked me, please, we would like you to be involved in a project we're working with, blah, blah, blah. And I was there. I was just looking at them. I started laughing. In my mind, I was like,
Wow.
Just like that. And moreover, at that time, it was not as if I was singing regularly. I was fit, like you would say. I was not. I was like, in my mind, I was like, God, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to embarrass me? Well, I accepted. I said, okay, let's go ahead. Let's do it. So I went back the second day, and that was how, I was able to get on that project, and the recording went on fine. I always tell people, be prepared, People always say luck. I believe luck is when preparation meets opportunity, and you make use of it very well, and it will all come together and be good.
Wow. Thank you very much, sir. So, knowing what you do now, and what will you say to a 15-year-old you who has aspirations to have a career in entertainment or music generally?
Okay. What I would say is this. For anybody listening to me out there, I started from age 4. The first thing I would say is that make sure you get the total support of your parents and guardian. Make sure you get your total support of your parents and guardian. How do you get that? Apart from you having that talent, also do your own work too. Because their own priority must align with your own vision. At that time, you can't fight. You can't force it. So please, be humble, be gentle. If they tell you to read your books and find your less time to rehearse as well. Let the two can grow together to a level where, of course, you can make your own decision. At that age, 15-year-old, you are still young. You can't cater for yourself in terms of taking care of yourself in all totality. So you need the support of your parents or your guardian. Don't make it, fight or stubborn or this is what I want to do. This, yes, I know you love that your career. I know you love your talent. Please be humble. Listen to your parents. Listen to your guardian. Let them help you in developing what you have. Make them realize in a very humble and gentle way that this is what you really want to do, so that they can guide you to success and to attain your destiny and your purpose.
Wow, thank you very much for sharing some insight with us, and it's also been a pleasure talking to you.
Always. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much.